MSI GE76 RTX3080, i7-108700H plus RTX3080, Laptop Opinion. After 2 years with the same GE75 design, MSI is ready to move forward with a full frontal redesign of the series. The result is a system that is heavier than its predecessor but for all the right reasons. Announced earlier this year, the GE76 replaces the aging GE75 with new hardware and a completely new chassis design that MSI will be using for the next few years. It's a huge leap for the series aimed at cementing the family as an upper mid-range product well above the cheaper GP, GL, or GF series. Our test unit is a higher-end configuration with a Core i7-108700H CPU, 155W GeForce RTX 3080 GPU, and 300Hz 1080p display for approximately $2900 retail. Lesser SKUs with the Core i7-10750H, 130W RTX 3060 or 140W 3070, and 240Hz or 144Hz panels are also available. The visual design of the GE76 can be best described as a leaner GT76. Gone are the tacky red accent marks on the GE75 in favor of matte gray metal surfaces. Rigidity is firm all around including the front corners of the lid, which was a weak spot on the GE75, but owner should be careful not to open the display too much or risk stressing the hinges. The most distinguishing visual feature of the new design is the glossy LED light bar that extends across the entire front edge of the base. It's mostly visual flair and so it doesn't serve any practical purposes. Users can always disable or customize the lighting via the SteelSeries Engine 3 software as needed. The visual design of the GE76 can be best described as a leaner GT76. Gone are the tacky red accent marks on the GE75 in favor of matte gray metal surfaces. Rigidity is firm all around including the front corners of the lid, which was a weak spot on the GE75, but owner should be careful not to open the display too much or risk stressing the hinges. The most distinguishing visual feature of the new design is the glossy LED light bar that extends across the entire front edge of the base. It's mostly visual flair and so it doesn't serve any practical purposes. Users can always disable or customize the lighting via the SteelSeries Engine 3 software as needed. The GE76 comes only with hexa-core and octa-core Core i7 options. AMD options remain out of reach, which is a shame considering how impressive the 7nm Ryzen 7 4800H and Ryzen 7 5800H can be. Both manual graphics switching and Optimus are available via the MSI Dragon Center software, and the native 300Hz refresh rate is compatible with either GPU. We recommend users become familiar with both Dragon Center and True Color, as many MSI-specific features can be found in these applications. Of the 8 laptops we've tested thus far with the mobile GeForce RTX 3080 GPU, our MSI GE76 is one of the fastest by 15 to 20% over the average. Even so, this only puts the laptop about 10 to 20% faster than the mobile RTX 3070 and the much cheaper MSI GP76. Overall performance is about 17% faster than the mobile RTX 2080 in last year's GE75, but this gap may widen to 27% when running games in 4K to suggest that the mobile GeForce RTX 30 series is at its best when aiming for very high native resolutions. The GE76 comes with all the improvements MSI needed to bring it up to par or even surpass the latest models from Asus, Dell, and others in some important aspects. More specifically, the new design runs cooler, quieter, and faster than expected when compared to laptops with similar specifications. Its Core i7-10870H CPU is 10 to 15% faster than the average Core i7-10870H/10875H, and the same can be said for its RTX 3080 graphics. GPU temperatures top out at just 64°C to 72°C compared to 80°C or 78°C on the Asus Zephyrus Duo 15C or Alienware M17, respectively. The MSI GE76 squeezes more power out of both the Core i7 CPU and Force RTX 30 GPU than any other gaming laptop for its size class at the moment. Its main drawback comes down to weight, which shouldn't be a huge surprise for anyone in the market for a 17.3-inch gaming laptop. No laptop can run cooler, quieter, and faster without giving up some other feature. In this case, the GE76 is noticeably heavier than its immediate GE75 predecessor by about 400 grams to be less portable overall. It's a denser design that performance hunters and most gamers will likely appreciate nonetheless. For future models, we'd like to see a larger clickpad, better webcam, larger numpad, and some 4K display options, as all SKUs are limited to 1080p as of this writing. Users not bothered by any of these setbacks will find the GE76 to be one of the more solid no-frills 17.3-inch Force RTX 30 gaming laptops currently in the market. The MSI GE76 is widely available across most major retailers including Best Buy, Walmart, and Noog. However, some retailers are out of stock as of this writing. Prices vary wildly depending on the GPU, CPU, display, and storage. Plus, large battery capacity, good runtimes for its size. Quieter than most gaming laptops when gaming. Above average Force RTX 3080 performance. Above average CPU turbo boost performance. Respectable core temperatures when gaming. Easy serviceability, 2x SODIMM, 2x M.2 2280. Comfortable per-key RGB keyboard. Strong, attractive chassis design. 2.5 Gbps RJ45 and Wi-Fi 6E. Fast SD card reader. Minus. Slight chassis creaking, imperfect build quality on our test unit. Some display bugs when switching to Optimus mode. No fingerprint reader or webcam shutter. Cramped clickpad and numpad. No G-Sync for internal display. Large and heavy AC adapter. No Thunderbolt support. No charging over USB-C. No 4K or OLED options. Heavier than the GE75. Limited hinge angle. DPC latency issues.